All right, we are recording once again. Welcome to Lansky and the Looch, episode number 5. And this will be the last one without the Looch. This is your host, Lansky. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite bands, as well as one of my favorite people on the planet, Arch Enemy, which is, of course, fronted by the one and only Elisa White Gluz. And at the very end, Alicia's going to make a brief cameo appearance to talk about our dog rescue, Mugsy's Mob nationwide dog rescue. And she's done that actually a couple times for us. She's done all kinds of shout outs for whether it's dog rescue, podcast. When one of my cousins was sick, she gave a shout out to him. She's just a genuinely awesome person. And she actually was kind of similar to Janene from Beyond the Black. Was part of her Patreon page and got off of there several years ago because I just checked out other artists. And she still will actually send me a video on my birthday telling me happy birthday, which and she'll also every now and then send me a postcard or something. It's for someone like her who's a big ass rock star. That is really really fucking cool. But that's just how she is. Again, you would never know that she's the front woman for one of the most well known bands worldwide because she is just as down to earth as can be, and she's also incredibly talented. You want to talk about vocal range? She is right up there with Tatiana from Ginger, and I don't make that comparison lightly because Tatiana is unbelievable with her vocal range. But anyway, so that's a little bit about Elisa. Uh, Band Arch Enemy, man, they have been tearing it up lately. I mean, they've been awesome from the beginning, which when they had a different lead singer, but I mean, especially lately with the Deceivers album, and it came out in 2022. There were 7 singles off of that, and the single "Handshake with Hell" I think was one that caught everybody's attention. I know I saw a few reaction channels where they were blown away when Alicia went into the clean vocals because that was the first time I want to say since Reason to Believe that she had any clean vocals for Arch Enemy because she does the growls which are just unreal, and then she busted in these clean vocals and it just kind of floored everyone. I I have to say I think Handshake with Hell or The Watcher are probably my favorite songs from theirs all time. And it's because of that switch up. I love that switch up, and she does it better than just about anybody in the game. It was just amazing. And like I said, there were 7 singles on that album. Uh, with The Watcher, of course, being another one that I mentioned that uh, I love the theme of it about the Watchers kind of are the Watcher in the song, watching over humanity and kind of judging us and seeing through us for what we really are. And that is just it's such a cool song because it's kind of a take on the Bible a little bit, but it gives an interesting twist to it. And like I said, it's just awesome. The whole album is just unbelievable. And if that wasn't good enough, here they come this year with Blood Dynasty. Already 4 singles out so far. I have to say, either Paper Tiger or Liars and Thieves are probably my 2 favorite out of those. I love how Paper Tiger is talking about people who always talk a good game. They say they do this, they say they do that, but behind it, they really don't do shit. Their week is kind of like when I was talking about the warnings, 6 feet deep. When you turn and confront the bullies, you turn and confront the haters. It's the Wizard of Oz effect. They're weak. They look big and bad behind this big ass curtain. As soon as you pull it back, it's some little old man. It's like, really? Yeah, that's. I love how they address that, how they call it out. Uh, if y'all don't know, Elisa is very social conscious minded person. She has a lot of causes. Her number one is animals, which is where, of course, I definitely connect with her on that. Lifelong vegan. She speaks out. She speaks out against uh, religious intolerance, I guess, which I definitely appreciate. Uh, and it's so cool to see this like come through in her music too, but do it in a positive way, a way where we can all kind of unite and come together. And like I said, she does it just about better than anybody else. And that is not slighting any of the other artists that we talk about, have talked about, or will talk about, or any artists that are our friends. She's at one of a kind. She really is. Um, and of course, the other song I was going to talk about, "Liars and Thieves," that it talks about that inner struggle, that negative voice. The lyrics where it says, Satan's a liar. That's that negative talk coming in and basically just giving the middle finger to him, saying "fuck you." I love that, and I love the reference where she's talking about the three-headed hound, which of course is a reference to Greek mythology and Cerberus, who is the guardian of the underworld. And being a Greek myself, I have the entire Greek underworld from Greek mythology inked on my left forearm. So I especially appreciate that and giving a little shout out to my Greek heritage as well. So, but those are just a few of the songs. And Arch Enemy is on tour right now. So if you have not seen them live, uh, absolutely check them out. They're coming out with more and more music. Like I said, Blood Dynasty is out right now. If you haven't got it, get it. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't buy it. Uh, anyway, uh, with that being said, I'm gonna sign off here and turn things over to Miss Whitelist herself. Hope y'all are doing well. Tell the ones you love that you love them, and we will talk soon.
Hey there, Clark. Elisa Whiteglass here, and I just wanted to share a little bit about Mugsy's Mob Dog Rescue. So, Clark, thank you so much for all the information about this rescue that you have going on. So, you say you're the first to go nationwide, so obviously that's no easy task. So, congrats on doing that. And that also you focus on the worst of the worst cases. So, death row dogs, seniors. I know from experience that's also really not easy. I used to volunteer with a rescue where we did the same thing with dogs and cats. Because obviously, what a lot of people don't realize is that shelter is quite a euphemistic term for most cases because animals in the care of shelters, unless it's a no-kill shelter, they are almost always killed and euthanized simply for lack of space. Healthy young animals are killed. So thank you for bringing attention to this. This is also why I always encourage everyone to adopt and not shop, because by adopting an animal, you are not only giving them a home and getting them out of the shelter, but you're also freeing up that space in the shelter so that another animal can go there and buy some time and hopefully have a chance as well. So you're basically saving two dogs by adopting one dog. And obviously, if you buy a pet, you are supporting potentially very unethical breeding facilities. And there's already such a huge overpopulation of cats and dogs in North America and basically around the world that it's just so unnecessary to do something like that and put more animals in an already unmanageable population. So thank you so much for what you're doing. Your rescue is named after your late Muggsy, and the mob theme is a tribute to your Uncle Jackie in Las Vegas. And it sounds like you have a lot of good work going on, and you have different facilities pinpointed across the nation. And so I just want to thank you, Clark, and thank all of your volunteers and everyone working to help dogs find forever homes and give them a second chance, because of course they deserve it. and they didn't do anything wrong and don't deserve to be imprisoned in shelters or treated badly. So I really appreciate what you're doing. Please keep up the good work. Mugsy's Mob Dog Rescue, I'm wishing you the best of luck moving forward. And just keep spreading the word about how important it is to adopt and take on responsibility for your pets. And thank you for saving dogs. There's not much more I can say. Thank you so much, Clark. Bye.